There is a sense that right now Europe perhaps is looking at a lost generation, disenchanted from politics, facing into an economic crisis not of their making. What is it, 40% of people didn't turn out in last weekend's elections? There's a serious crisis, isn't there, in confidence in your democracy?
I think this is a wider problem, and a problem I think the media has much to help here on this issue. We are facing in our world I think a peculiar paradox. People can see that we have huge potential. We have huge power, if you like. There's money around the world. We talked about trillions, which we hadn't used before the crisis as a number. Our citizens, and even in politics, you never talk about trillions. Billions was very much, but trillions wasn't. We have huge power with media. We have the capability of communicating. We have the internet. We have new capabilities in energy, medicine. But on the other hand, people, so if you talk to our younger generation, they say there's great potential. But people feel disempowered. They feel that these problems, these global problems, maybe are too large to solve. Or there isn't the sense of a global governance or guidance of where we're going, where this planet is going. And that hits directly on democratic institutions, which are essentially national. But nations alone today don't have the capability to deal with climate change. I mean, one country, no matter how big, can't solve climate change or the financial crisis. We see we have to pool our resources and pool our efforts. What does that mean for democracy? It means we have to find a way, on one hand, at the planetary level, to work together, but on the other hand, try to, however, that when we talk about fiscal austerity in Europe, I like to use the word fiscal responsibility. Austerity sounds like a punishment. Fiscal responsibility also means that we need growth in Europe. We're talking about joblessness. We're talking about the fact that we need resources to invest in Europe also. It's not simply dealing with the market question of debt and deficit, but it's also investment. As a matter of fact, even markets are saying today that it's not enough to cut your deficit. You need growth. You need to invest. This is where I think Europe needs to find the resources. We've talked about this in the European Council. Our proposals, and from Greece and from a number of other countries, are issues like carbon tax, financial transaction tax, Eurobonds. These could be new resources for Europe to invest in infrastructure, for example, for Central Eastern Europe, Southern Europe, broadband, greening of our economies, education, innovation, which will make Europe really competitive on a global market, which it is not, or at least it's not as it should be today, and this would create a comparative advantage. So this is the other side, which I think is very important.
Before I let you go, I want to take a couple of questions.